What would Mr. Bean reckon to all of this Formula One malarkey?
Yeah, well, he would enjoy it very much because he's a car enthusiast, as you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he has some magnificent cars.
Rowan Atkinson is one of the only people on Earth who can make a room uncomfortable without even moving. No shouting, no setup. Sometimes he just changes his voice, stares for half a second too long, and suddenly everyone around him is trying not to laugh. These are the moments where Rowan Atkinson completely broke celebrities, interviewers, and even his own cast.
And then there was this idea of having a card that had been got...
To understand why this works, you have to start with the face. Before Mr. Bean became a worldwide language, Rowan was literally standing in front of a mirror, pulling expressions until a character started to appear. Most comedians write a joke. Rowan builds the face that makes the joke land before he says a word.
And holding just a piece of paper, he made everyone laugh for 7 minutes without saying a word.
Right.
And he said that was you.
That was me.
Yeah, and
yes,
he goes, it was
yes.
so, he found it so demoralizing that
Look,
he had his
never...
little clever ideas and his little wordplay, but you went up there and said nothing and absolutely killed the room. Do you remember what you did? Do you remember that night?
Yes, I certainly remember the night. It was a one-off. It was a one-night review, and I was asked if I wanted to do something, and I couldn't think of anything. And I'm not really a very diligent writer, so I thought I just stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just started pulling faces. I mean, for want of a better term, and I just sort of, was doing this. And then there was this idea of having a card that had been got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper of where I would just... Can I stand up? Is that okay? Look, well, I can stand up. I'm standing up. Am I allowed to stand up? And where I just... I can't remember very well now, so this won't be at all funny, but I'll do it anyway.
Great.
I'll do it anyway. Where he came out in the audience were there, as indeed they are here tonight. And I came out just going... Anyway, it was something like that. It was...
Then there is this sketch with Elton John, where the entire joke is basically Rowan taking the dumbest question possible and treating it like serious journalism. And somehow, because he commits completely, Elton is trapped inside the bit.
Elton, do you mind if I call you Elton?
No, it's fine.
Good. Well, Elton. I'm sure the first question that everybody would like to ask you is this. Funny name, Elton. How did you come by it?
Well, I used to be in a band, and I wanted to become a singer in my own right, and I wanted to choose a name, and the saxophone player in the band was called Elton, so I chose that name.
Hmm? Did you ever consider John Elton?
No.
You didn't? Okay.
But the best Rowan moments are the ones where the other person does not realize they are already in the joke. At the British Grand Prix, Martin Brundle asked him a simple F1 question. Rowan answered in what fans thought was Brundle's own voice.
It's fantastic to be here. I'm a guest of George Russell, which is, it wasn't planned for me to be here on a weekend, when he got pole, but here we are.
Rowan Atkinson name-dropping. Whatever next.
I know. I'm here as that matter of fact, as a guest of George Russell. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, if there is one thing Rowan might love as much as comedy, it is cars, which is why this story is perfect. A director needed him to look at a woman like he had fallen in love. His wife immediately knew that was the wrong instruction.
So, for example, if you were presented with McLaren F1, think of another one. The imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
Ah, right, okay.
was full of actors with elite comic timing. Stephen Fry, Hugh Laurie, Tony Robinson. These people knew how to survive a scene. But when Rowan pushed Blackadder too far, the scene basically started fighting back.
Sake, Blackadder, you're not Rob Roy. You're a top kipper salesman with a reputable firm of Aberdeen fishmongers. Don't throw it all away. If you kill the prince, they'll just send the bailiffs round and arrest you.
Blast, I'd forgotten the bailiffs.
Ah, damn.
So we can take it from there.
Okay.
Great, great, great. So we can return to our original plan then.
Mm. So we can return to our I'll say it again. So we can return to our...
Sorry, can we have a bit of quiet up there?
So we can return to our original plan.
Here's the thing, Rowan does not walk into interviews trying to be the crazy guest. He often looks like the most normal person in the room, which makes it even funnier when a tiny social situation turns into a full awkward spiral.
The thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. You know, it's that strange thing where they go... And of course that means they stare. They stare a lot. And they just look. You're sort of feeling, I wish that person wouldn't stare at me. So, you know, I'd rather just, hold up a flag saying, yes, yes, it's me. A few years ago, there was, I was in a Land Rover parts department near Peterborough, the kind of place you find me on most Saturdays. And we're waiting for car parts. And car parts, guys hang around a lot because, to get a part, the guy has to go half a mile to the back of the warehouse and then come back again, and he brings it back. And he says, this is a left-hand one. Oh, you wanted a right-hand one. Sorry, I'll go. And back he goes, and it takes forever. Anyway, I was standing around with a group of guys, and I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while, and he said, "Excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean?" And I said, "Well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean." And he said, "I bet you wish you were." And there followed this bizarre conversation in which the more I tried to claim that I was the person whom he thought I merely resembled, the less he believed me. But what was funny was how close he thought I was to he said the resemblance is uncanny. Have you ever thought of doing any, look-alike work, like, stag nights and hen nights? You can go along as Mr. Bean. And I said, no, I haven't. He said, because you can make an absolute fortune.
Everyone says they love Mr. Bean, and they do, from a distance, on a screen, with editing. But Rowan has always been honest about what Bean actually is. Not a cute little man, but a selfish child in a grown man's body.
I don't think of your characters ever as being mean or nasty spirited, but you think that Trevor is nicer than the characters you know.
Yeah, I mean, in Man vs. Bee, he was quite psychopathic because the bee drove him kind of nuts.
Then you get moments where he is not even trying to be funny. Someone tells Rowan that Blackadder made him a sex symbol, and his reaction is basically a man trying to escape a compliment with dignity.
I love your work, I have to say, but the thing that I loved the most, Blackadder.
Oh, right, good.
Elizabethan Blackadder.
Oh, right.
You became a sex symbol because of that.
Oh, pish.
No, it's not pish. It's true. Look, it was
yes.
It was just the whole persona, and you really suited the outfit. I have to say.
Yeah,
that costume.
Yeah, sadly, I haven't had occasion to wear. Yeah, it was great, and it was a great time, the Blackadder.
Oh, brilliant.
And of course, rather bizarrely, the Blackadder was 80s, wasn't it? You forget. I mean,
I know.
By the end of the 80s, we'd sort of done it. 1989, I think, was the last series that we made.
That's incredible. You could do future Blackadder, maybe. Yes,
you could. Where you could do a present one. I mean, there are. Yeah, I like the fact, and it's been tremendously advantageous, I think, for the show that it's all set in a period context, because
Yeah.
it means that it doesn't age the way that the modern sitcoms
That's true.
have. You
Yeah,
know,
very
an
much
80s
so.
sitcom, well, looks like an 80s sitcom.
Indeed.
Whereas one set in the 16th century, you think, oh, yeah, well, that's the 16th century.
That is the genius of Rowan Atkinson. He does not need to overpower anyone. He lets the room get comfortable, finds the smallest crack, and then quietly makes the whole thing collapse.
What about Mr. Bean now? Have you drawn a line under him? No more Mr. Bean?
I doubt that he will reappear, but you never know. You must never.
The people have spoken.
Yeah, quite quiet. But you know, you must never say never again. A film, as Jeff mentioned, that I was in. So you must never say never. But there does come a point when you feel as though you've done most of what you want to do with him.
Most comedians break people by going bigger. Rowan breaks them by going smaller. A pause, a stare, a sentence delivered way too seriously. And before anyone understands what happened, the interview is already his.